morning, ladies as well as gentlemen. I'm Papa Boris, and I seek redemption. And I'm not talking about the crappy one-mana paladin secret. I mean redemption in Hearthstone Arena. It's been a while since we played Rogue. Let's go ahead and give Valeera a whirl and see if we can do a little bit better than we have been. Well, we're starting off with an easy pick. We have Trash, Trash, and a really good 3-drop, so let's just take that. Here, I don't want this generic beast, so I have to take one of these 5-drops, and it's a tricky call here. I mean, the Silverhand Knight puts more on the board and is good on an empty board. The Frostwolf Warlord can just be a single giant. I'm finding more and more that I'm leery of playing like a single big card. Not to say that those are bad by any means, but those seem to be better like in the late game. At around the 5-mana mark, I'd rather just have something I can play out and have it be good without any ulterior conditions. So we'll take the Silverhand Knight. Alright, got another Silverhand Knight opportunity, or Betrayal. Now this is not the best rogue removal spell, although sometimes it can be like a cheap Assassinate. I can also take this Worgen. We'll take it. Just in case this ends up being a wacky draft with little removal, let's make sure we get Betrayal in here. Shadow Step is interesting, but not that great. I like some of the wacky rogue cards like Conceal. Actually, move my mic so that it's in front of me. There we go. I like some of the wacky rogue cards like Conceal, for example. But Shadow Step, I mean, if you already have a Gadgets and Auctioneer, Shadow Step is nifty. Otherwise, I have found it to be a little bit lackluster. Mad Bummer, I'm just not taking anymore. I hate that card. We'll take the Frost Elemental there. So this is like a 1 mana for 2 damage, because he charges. I guess that's better than 3 mana for 3 damage. The Wind Fury Harpy is nice, but let's go ahead and get a little bit more removal. We seem not to be coming across any other than Betrayal. So again, in case this ends up being a weird draft with poor removal, let's make sure we get our sources of creature damage. Here's Deadly Poison. That is terrific. Another Shadow Step. Man, why couldn't these have been backstabs? Well, we'll take a Raging Worgen. That's a good 3-drop. Hey, backstab! Of course, the Shattered Sun Cleric is a bit sad. I would have definitely taken it over the Southsea Deckhand, the Betrayal, and the Raging Worgen. And the Frost Elemental. Wow, so like, the second best card in this pack is like better than 4 of my picks. Well, we'll take Backstab. It's my favorite spell in the game. Perdition's Blade is an amazing rare. Oh god, I am so lucky that it came here up here, because this is just total trash. So I'm hair's breadth away from a really bad pick, but Perdition's Blade is just awesome. We get an Epic. Well, the Kidnapper, of all the combo cards, is definitely the hardest to actually combo out because he is so expensive, although it can be very backbreaking. I could also take the Mountain Giant. I think I'm going to take the Mountain Giant just to have a big dude. The Kidnapper is just too speculative. Here, the Thrallmore Farseer has actually been decent for me, but I'm going to take Sap. I think that this is a bit of an underrated card by me, and Sinister Strike is just total trash, so we'll take the Sap there. Alright, well, we'll take some healing. I don't like this, though. This is too expensive, and the Wisp is just bad. Man, I'm seeing so many of these bad common packs that is often the sign of a troubled arena. So Cold Blood, it hasn't impressed me. I mean, the problem is you're buffing your creature's attack, but you're not really buffing its health. It's kind of like a Blessing of Might for Paladins, basically. If you think about it, a Blessing of Might for a Paladin, what is that? 1 mana for +3 attack. So Cold Blood is a bit below average if you don't combo it out. It's a bit above average if you do combo it out, but at the end of the day, it's not that great. This is just such a mediocre Tundra. I don't really want to take it. I guess we'll take the Cold Blood. I mean, the Thrallmore Farseer is alright, but I've already got, like, a lot of 3-mana creatures. I don't want that many more. Boy. Well, this is not an impressive 4-drop, but I do need some 4-drops. So in case the draft ends up being light, I'm going to take it. Another Perdition's Blade or a Sunwalker. These are actually all totally fine rares. The Sunwalker is definitely nice, but I'm going to take another Perdition's Blade for some more removal. Fan of Knives, yes please. Another Fan of Knives? Well, I don't like either of these other cards, and I'm not quite desperate enough yet to take the Core Hound, so I'm going to take another Fan of Knives. Aha, so Conceal is nifty, but Sen'jin is exactly what this deck is missing. That's totally great. I could take a Frostwolf Warlord here, but how many 2-drops do I really have? I mean, none. I have no 2-mana creatures, so we're going to take the Defiant String Leader just to make sure we have things to play early on. Another opportunity for a Kidnapper. Ugh, man. I think I'll just take the Faceless Manipulator. It's a lot more consistent. Although the Kidnapper is nice. It's sort of like a quasi-silence that takes up your whole turn because you have to play another spell, then you play the Kidnapper, you pop something back in your opponent's hand. I mean, it's kind of like it functions the way that a silence would. I did lose a game in my last arena because I didn't have a silence at a critical time, and I'm not seeing any silences here. All right, I guess we'll take it then for that reason. Boulder Fist Ogre. That is perfect. We need some late game here. I do like the Mana Wraith, but Defender of Argus with the buffing and the taunt is just so amazing. I think you got to take it. Now, the Assassin's Blade is nice. I don't have any... Well, I do actually have weapons. I have 2 Perdition's Blades, so The Assassin's Blade is risky because if you're behind, it doesn't do you much good. But if you're like in equal or ahead, it can really do a number on your opponent. I think that's more important than another device ringleader, so we're going to grab it there. Dread Corsair. Now that I have Deadly Poison and Assassin's Blade, this becomes a strong consideration. It's just a 1-mana 3/3 under those cases. Do I take it over the Shiv? Well, I do need Taunt. My current only Taunt is Defender of Argus, and it's important not to underrate Taunt too much, so we'll take the Dread Corsair. Conceal? Well, there's not any particular synergy here. There's no Gadgets and Auctioneer or anything like that. This could still be handy nonetheless, but I'm actually lacking for 2-mana creatures. I still just have the Defias Ringleader, so we'll take a Panda for that purpose. Okay. So the Sprint, I mean, it's definitely won games for my opponents. I've also won a number of games where my opponent played Sprint and it just didn't matter. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. Yeah, we'll take another Boulderfist Ogre. It's just really good. Alright, I do need Taunt, and this is about as good as they come. Haha. So, yeah, these are pretty junky creatures. We'll take another Defias Ringleader here and hope we go second. Alright, well, this draft keeps throwing Frostwolf Warlords in my face. I guess we'll take it now. And a Stampeding Kodo is a great way to round things out. So there were a couple of picks there where the rare was almost really, really terrible. Like, it was like 2 junky rares and then, like, 1 really good one. So I was like, oh, thank God. So I'm lucky about that. What I'm unlucky about is the fact that there were just way too many mediocre commons. There was that one time when like I had a Backstab and a Shattered Sun Cleric, and then there were like a bunch of like 4 different picks where Shattered Sun Cleric would have been the best card. So it was a bit sad, but I think this deck is alright. We could go the distance here. We'll see. I have been running up against more newbies of late, so that could be good. Alright, we have a Defias Ringleader, but we're going first, so that's sad. Still, however, I am going to keep him because I need to do something. Okay, so Sap, oh man, that's a bit of an uncomfortable card. I don't really want it early. I mean, the earliest I could see myself playing a Sap is like maybe turn 5. Not any earlier than that, however. Alright, I think the Defias Ringleader is going to have to be a 2 for 2, which is really, really sad, but I don't see any way around it. I mean, yeah, it's better to put a creature on the board than to just make a dagger. So, as sad as that is, I'm going to do it. Sometimes you have to do the thing that's not great. I have the Perdition's Blade to back him up, so if she plays her own creature, Perdition's Blade will really just kill anything. Yeah, well, she could coin out a 3-mana creature that has 4 health, like a Dalaran Mage. I couldn't kill that, I guess. Acolyte of Pain, though? So the awkward thing is that I have to shoot it and then attack it with the Perdition's Blade. I'm not that keen on it. But what am I going to do? I mean, if I don't do anything, she's going to get to attack it with the Defias Ringleader and then get to draw 2 cards off of it anyway. Much as it's, I mean, I could play the Earthen Ring Farseer and threaten to kill it, but then again, she can attack my Defias Ringleader. So this Defias Ringleader sucks. He's like allowing the Acolyte of Pain to be really good. Ugh. Well, I can sap it, of course. So I'm trading basically then my 3rd turn for her coin and her 2nd turn. We'll do it. Well, what's going to change? Let's say she plays the Acolyte of Pain again next turn. Has anything really changed? No. Okay, so this is not a good option, but I think it's the best option I have. So the Acolyte of Pain drew her 2 cards. However, I'm not like exactly behind because she did spend the coin for it, and this weapon is potentially more card advantage if I can kill something with it. So like next turn she plays something, I can like run in my Stormwind Knight, attack for 2, finish it off with the weapon. Well, it's a bit sad that she played the Scarlet Crusader. That was kind of the perfect card there for her, and the reason for that is that basically this weapon is no better than a dagger against the Scarlet Crusader. So I can either pop the Divine Shield with the Stormwind Knight, go down to 2 health, finish off the Scarlet Crusader with my weapon, or I could play this Sen'jin Shieldmaster to try to hide behind the taunt. That doesn't seem like a super great plan though, because basically she can ping the Sen'jin, run it in with the Scarlet Crusader, and then, well, she can just run it in with the Scarlet Crusader, it goes down to 2 health. Yeah, let's just go ahead and kill her stuff. Let's play the old not let her keep any creatures on the board game. And she still has her no, she used her coin on the Acolyte, so no coin for her. She's just got 8 cards, and I've got 6 because of the Acolyte of Pain, which is a bit sad. Water Elemental. Well, this might actually be the time to sap. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm trading part of my 5th turn for the entirety of her 4th turn. That seems fine. So she's going to need some global removal here to stay with it. The Perdition's Blade cannot kill the Water Elemental, not even combo out. It's only 4 damage. But I do need to kill that thing because if she starts hitting me with it, I'm going to be in trouble. Alright, my opponent replays the Water Elemental, which is totally legit. Sap was actually better there than an Eviscerate would have been because it actually got rid of the Water Elemental from the board, and Eviscerate would have only dealt 4 damage. So I've got a couple of options. I can play the Sen'jin Shield Master and then try to hide behind it against the Water Elemental, but a Fireball or a Polymorph would nullify those dreams. I could play an Imp Master and then a Perdition's Blade, deal 2 damage to this, hit it for 2 damage, and then finish off with the Ringleader. I want to preserve the health on the Stormwind Knight because I do want it to survive incoming Flame Strikes if those were to happen. And then the Imp Master would just be there to hang out. Another option would be to play a Sen'jin, put a Cold Blood on Stormwind Knight that would actually allow it to kill the Water Elemental with 2 health to spare. And then the Sen'jin does survive Flame Strikes. This thing's going to bite it, though. And then we'll be able to deal 5 damage. Another option is just to say, screw everything. I could, like, play Sen'jin, Cold Blood, and just ignore the Water Elemental. Swing for 6, 9, 11. Take her down to 10, or to 11 health. It's risky. It's very risky. I'm going to go for it, though. I think that might be my best chance. We'll do this guy. Actually, you know what? No, let's hedge my bets. I'm going to hedge my... Let me kill this thing. Note that if you hit a Water Elemental on your turn, freeze ends at the end of your turn, so you're not, the freeze doesn't last. The only way that freeze actually quote-unquote works is if the opponent freezes you on her turn. Well, mages with a handful of cards can definitely get out of the situation pretty easily. I mean, if she had a Blizzard, she could freeze everything and then Flame Strike next turn. She just has a Frostbolt, so the Cold Blood just killed the Water Elemental, and that's about it. Betrayal is not good here. I can deal 6, 8, 10, 12 damage, take her down to 5 health. That seems good. I think I'm going to go for it. I could hedge my bets and ping off this thing. Do I want to do that? Nah. We'll just shoot her in the face. I'll actually just... Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. I mean, my opponent has massive card advantage against me. So I think my best chance is to try to burn her out. If she has a Flame Strike here, I'm in a bit of trouble. Because she can Flame Strike, use the 1-1 to finish off my Sen'jin, and then she's got another 1-1, and the Violet Teacher is still there. I can get her down to 3 health. Well, she had the Flame Strike, but she's dead in 3 turns. Well, the next turn plus 1 more. That might be too slow, but I do have a Betrayal to kill off something she might play. And I might get more stuff. Panda. Panda's not really going to do it for me, unfortunately. Can she kill me in less than 3 turns? Possibly. I'm going to put a Panda down because basically I want her to attack it rather than me. And as long as she's using stuff to kill my creatures rather than hitting me in the face, I'll be fine. Now, if she has like an Ice Barrier or like a Taunt or something, I could be in trouble. We'll see.
We must cleanse
Shattered Sun Cleric. Well, my opponent is not playing around Betrayal. She should have kept the 1-1 in the way. She has 2 health, which is really important because it buys her 2 extra turns. Raging Worgen. Sure, we'll put that down. I guess I'll use a Betrayal here.
Here we go.
And swing. So the problem is that it's going to take me 4 more turns to kill her, whereas she's got 8 damage a turn. She's going to kill me faster than that. But I do have this Worgen that she has to deal with. So if she doesn't have any spells for the Worgen, then she'll have to use her creatures, which she does.
We must cleanse the sun.
Shadow Sun Cleric. Man, this person got good cards. Oh, that's really bad. God damn it. That heal from the Dark Scale Healer is so vital. Although it actually might not make a difference. I don't think it makes a difference. So I'm going to attack. She'd be at 1 health if it weren't for the Dark Scale Healer, but it doesn't matter because she can actually kill the Sen'jin, and then she's got 9, 12, 13 damage. Yep, that's game. The Reckless Rocketeer, crappy 6-drop, won it from the Mage. Well, I could have, that turn before the Flame Strike, I could have killed her creatures. With my creatures. Then, like, I could have, you know, given that my stuff was going to die, I could have, like, killed off the Violet Teacher and whatnot, but then she would have had a lot more life. I don't know. God, that was quite a lot of Shattered Sun Clerics. I wish I had that many. Alright, that's the game. Oh, man. I seek redemption, but 6th Saga is not giving me an optimistic hope for this arena run. Let's go ahead and see if we can win our second game. I've slipped back to the 2,500 mark. I was kind of above 2,600 for a moment there, and then I had the a 0 gold arena thrown in for good measure, because you know I got tired of winning gold all the time, so I thought, you know what, let's just do really badly and then not win any gold. That seems like a good move. If I lose this game, this will be another one of my special all-in-one videos where we just play till we drop. There's no if I'm at 0-2, there's really no reason to split it up into 2 parts just to have like 2 dinky short videos for no reason. So we start with a mage, and now we're up against a priest. Kalaribenix. Have I played this person before? Can't recall. Well, here we're second, and we do get the ringleader. Man, that game could have been totally different if I had just been second and gotten the ringleader out on turn 1. Granted, she's a mage. She could have killed it off on killed off the banner on turn 2. Wouldn't have been that different, I suppose.
In the light's name.
Light Warden. Well, I'm okay with that. That card is pretty bad. We'll be pretty happy to do the ringleader thing. And either one of these guys will kill the Light Warden here. So I get a little bit of card advantage to start things off, because my one card is going to take care of his one card and maybe something else. That is exactly what will happen. I could even backstab. That's interesting. Is this worth backstabbing? I mean, what else am I doing with my turn? Well, I'm not really doing anything with my turn, but I'm making a dagger. But I get to keep my creature on the board. So this was more of a board presence play than anything else. Yeah, we'll keep the dagger around. If I draw Perdition's Blade, I'll regret keeping the dagger around, but if I draw Deadly Poison, I'll be happy I kept it around. And if she just plays a couple of things where it's relevant to deal an extra damage, I'll be happy I kept it around. That's unfortunate. So, Cold Blood, well, it's kind of perfect here. Let's see. I can't combo it out. I don't have quite enough mana, but I can just play it as a 2-buff and then use the dagger. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and kill out Demolisher. It's fine. My opponent is not a mage, so he cannot just ping off my creature here. This will take some amount of effort. And interestingly, because it wasn't comboed out, Shadow Word Death will not kill this thing now, so he'll need a Holy Smite to finish it off. He does not have it. He has a Bloodfen Raptor, which is totally reasonable. Boulderfist Ogre is a bit early to the party. Well, let's just go ahead and play Fen of Knives. I'm trying to ride this Defias Ringleader all the way.
Here we go.
And I wish I had used one Tick Up the Dagger earlier, because now that I drew this Assassin's Blade, I'm probably going to end up wasting it. Although, yeah, I might not need to do it next turn, but I don't have that much else to do next turn is the thing. Gurubashi Berserker. Well, it's a pretty big thing. I'll need the Assassin's Blade and this to finish it off. Deckhand is only still... I could basically, I could attack it with my dagger, use the Ringleader and the Deckhand, and finish the Gurubashi Berserker off. Otherwise, I think maybe my move would be to play the Dread Corsair. Yeah, let's play a Dread Corsair. He gets in the way of this Gurubashi. We'll also play this thing. Swing, swing. And now that I have this Assassin's Blade, and I've played my Dread Corsair, let's go ahead and swing. Pass the turn. So, if my opponent has Shadow Word, Pain, or Holy Nova, he'll probably be okay, but if he doesn't have one of those 2 cards, I'm in really good shape, because this Gurubashi can run in. The Dread Corsair will live, the Gurubashi gets enraged, he'll become a 5/4, and then I can kill it easily enough. My opponent has his own taunt, which is actually a little bit difficult to deal with for me. Defias Ringleader, So, Fen of Knives does not quite allow my Defias Ringleader to trade off against the Fen Creeper, which is sad. I could play the Assassin's Blade, that would be my whole turn, and then I could swing at this for 3. They would go down to 3 health, which, is still not enough for the Southsea Deckhand to finish it off. So I could use my Pirate to finish it off, use my Ringleader to finish off the Gurubashi, and then I could swing it for 2 damage at the Priest. I could play the Ogre, but the problem with the Ogre is I could use the Ringleader and the Southsea Deckhand to kill the Fen Creeper, but then this Corsair is going to just die to the Fen Creeper, to the Gurubashi for no reason. And this guy could just get Shadow Word Death, and there goes my whole turn. I could heal, but the heal doesn't actually matter for anything, except for, I guess, comboing out the Ringleader, but then that's very vulnerable to Holy Nova. I guess we'll just do this play then.
Here we go.
This, keeps me with the only creature on the board and a weapon in hand. So my opponent has 4 cards, I have 4 cards, I also have a creature and a weapon, so I'm ahead. He's up to play, so he needs a good play to catch back up. I find myself saying that a lot lately, well, he needs to have a good play, and then they always have it, and they crush me. So I'll see if I can get a little bit luckier against this priest. Calaribinix. Calaribinix? I don't know what the heck that name is. Okay. Let's vandalize a little bit. He's saying oops for some reason. Holy Fire. Alright, well, that heals him up. I would have actually Holy Fired my deckhand. I mean, I may seem crazy, but the damage on my face really makes no difference. Alright, so I could play this engine and the Ringleader. Then I'm running into Holy Novas, potentially. I could play this, and I'm running into Mind Control, Shadow or Death. Well, I guess I'm more afraid of the Mind Control, because I don't know. I never saw any Assassinates in this draft. And yeah, I'll go ahead and swing at my opponent. This seems fine. Holy Nova would leave this engine alive. Holy Nova plus Shadow Word Pain would clear my board, then I'd just have to risk the Mind Control and play the Ogre, because I would just have nothing else to do. So the reason I think it was right to Holy Fire the deckhand is that basically he dealt 5 damage to me, but by killing this off, he would have essentially healed for an extra 2 damage. Plus an extra 1 damage for however many turns this stays alive. So like in this turn, I'm going to go ahead and get to, use it on to pick off this engine, which is no good. So we'll whack with the Assassin's Blade. South Sea Deckhand has done pretty good work for me this game. Swing, swing. And do not absent-mindedly click the weapon here. That will destroy the remainder of the Assassin's Blade. If he mind controls me, what I can do is swing for 5-7. He goes down to 5, but that's not so great against a priest. If he's holding on to 2 mind controls, I actually could lose this game, because he mind controls 1. Oh man, he's got another Holy Fire? Wow. That is crazy. So he's actually like burning me out here. That's kind of wild. Well, I do have healing, so that's cool, I suppose. No mind control. We will heal. And I'm not going to swing with my weapon just yet. It's possible that I will need the weapon later. So if he has the mind control now, I can deal 3, 5, 7... 10, 12 damage, but he actually could also heal. So he'd go down to 3 health, and I'm out of blades. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that if he mind controlled. That would be a bit risky. I'd hold on to the weapon, but then I would attack with everything else. Alright, well that's going to be the game. So it looks like we are going to get to do 2 videos. We'll just have the first couple of games in this first video, and hopefully I don't like lose 2 games in a row and make the second video super dinky short. Stay tuned. If you enjoyed this video, please like and or subscribe, and if you want to see how the run ends, it's coming up soon. I'll see you in a bit.